New Pokemon Snap, it trades on beauty. This game is downright gorgeous, but I want to show you the experience in handheld mode. We're going to dive right in. I think New Pokemon Snap might be one of the best handheld Switch games, and it's primarily because it's such a visual treat and because the experience of photographing Pokemon through the lens of a camera just feels very natural when you're playing handheld. I don't know, it's something about having the screen much closer to your face and experiencing it right up in front of you like you'd hold a camera right up in front of you that makes this game feel more special. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Smash that like button. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this handheld look at New Pokemon Snap. We're going to be covering a lot of gorgeous levels, ones that made me say, oh my god. I mean, this game just blows me away every time I play because it finds a way to make Pokemon look more stunning than ever. Around every corner, through every curve, there is something that feels like eye candy. And I'm so impressed that they have been able to realize this world in such a great way. I know that some reviews complained about some slowdown. I have had one moment of slowdown. It was with an Illumina Pokemon in a specific Illumina area. Other than that, my experience has been pretty darn perfect. Now, I'll give you the caveat that I'm not a video file. I'm not an audio file. I don't obsess over frame rates, but to my gamer eye, this game looks, plays, and runs great. And the visual variety is very impressive from a IP Pokemon that hasn't looked the prettiest at times, but it sure looks insane here. And if you are a fan in any way of Pokemon, I think you have to do yourself the favor and experience this game because it is taking these characters, these creatures, and these locations to heights we have never experienced. The colors, the vibrancy. I mean, it is such a stark contrast seeing this and then the remake of Diamond and Pearl, and obviously totally different games, totally different genres, totally different intentions, and that makes perfect sense. But man, I wish all Pokemon looked like this. It's truly such a sight to behold. And I think in terms of this game, its value, everything's going to be talked about. The $60, how many hours of gameplay, how repetitive is it? And I found the game to be repetitive, but it's repetitive for a reason, right? It's repetitive in the same way that you do your favorite hobby over and over again. It's repetitive in the way that you seek perfection in your craft. And if your craft is photography, or if you think it would be fun to play National Geographic for a day, this is just a truly triumphant experience. I've been blown away by how much I've enjoyed it. I've been blown away by how good it looks. And I think it does the Switch some justice in terms of like, hey, something can look fantastic in handheld play. Now, you have to be aware that my camera and my setup here is going to be dulling and muting the visuals a bit. Like, they look even better in real life. And yes, this game is probably pretty enough that it deserves to be played on your biggest, best, most high-def TV. But like I said, there's something about that experience of trying to really immerse yourself in the photographic world that I feel just really hits home when you are playing in handheld. Now, the game, you can play Pro Controller. You can use gyro controls. I don't really recommend them. Some people have taken issue with the controls, how they work. I think the controls are pretty fine. I have not many issues with the controls. The way that you have to move and spin around, like, it just sort of feels like that is part and parcel with this experience of being on rails. You don't have the opportunity to pause. You can't take a breath. You can't say, hold on. You have to just rotate and try to capture all of this majesty in one fell swoop. I mean, seeing Typhlosion up above, trying to get him to roar, it's amazing. This is probably, well, this is my second favorite stage. I think my first favorite stage is the Elsewhere Forest that you saw at the beginning, which is that amazing place. It goes between a fog zone and it goes between a beautiful seasonal forest area. But this Volcano is amazing. I love it for the way that it plays like a Lord of the Rings ride, or maybe a Disney but darker ride. It has so much just moodiness, right? These levels, they do a fantastic job of graphically capturing the environment. And that might sound like, duh, volcano's gonna look like a volcano, but the way that the Pokemon behave, where they take shape, where they sort of take up roost, if you will, like this Aerodactyl, it fits the levels so darn well. Um, I don't have enough good things to say about. I mean, I have too many good things to say about it. Like I could go on and on about just like how this has impressed the heck out of me. And yet, if you're looking for a recommendation, like I do understand that for some people who can't get into this idea, little Charmander up on the cliff, it won't be worth the $60. It won't feel like a game that it doesn't have the same breadth as a AAA title, but it's because it's in its own unique genre. It is a repetitive idea by nature, photography, trying to get the perfect shot. That's the name of the game. You don't go take one photo and call yourself a pro. So this game isn't trying to compete with God of War or Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or any of those things. It is doing its own, and while it does its own, I think it succeeds in a pretty tremendous way. And like I said, performance-wise, I've been super happy with it. I have one or two slowdown moments, one to be specific, honest to goodness, and I've played through just about all of the levels, and even the more complicated ones, the ones where they get a lot going on. I mean, I would say this volcano is pretty intense. That forest has a lot going on as you're merging between sort of the different visual flourishes. Let's knock this graveler off right here. Pop goes the weasel down into the fiery flames below. And there's just so much more life as well. That's what we'll talk about next. That if you go back and play Pokemon Snap, the original, you'll realize everything was so stiff. It was like animatronics. And I think the biggest compliment I can give this is it feels like an actual safari through Pokemon. They are living, breathing creatures that animate, walk, move, and behave like animals, like Pokemon, like you would expect and want them to behave. That is where this game really shines, is in this visual experience. Not just because it's colorful, not just because it looks great in handheld and on the TV, but because they deliver something that artistically and animation-wise, as I say that, Flareon is literally running into another Pokemon. Okay. Flareon, you gotta do that to me like that? Well, outside of Flareon's little goof there, although Flareon, maybe Flareon was just mashing her feet against the ground. I don't know. Maybe just trying to scare away her friends. But yes, it's the experience, and it's the way they breathe life into this world that is just truly, it's truly magical. It's truly fantastic, and I hope you guys got a good idea of how this will look if you choose to buy it, if you choose to pick it up and play it. And I would recommend playing it both handheld and TV. I think the levels, you're going to be doing them repetitively, so maybe the first time play it on the TV just to kind of be like wowed at the world of Pokemon. Maybe when you unlock a new area, play it for the first time. And then feel free to do your repetitive runs. Feel free to do your high score seeking and your upgrading, because you upgrade these courses, level 1, level 2, level 3. You got to boost the courses with photo points in order to unlock new segments of the levels, unlock new Pokemon in the levels, and unlock new behaviors in the levels. But yeah, it would get the same score for me no matter how you play it. I think it works really well. I like it a lot on a Pro Controller, but it's totally fine on Joy-Con as well. You're just using the face buttons. You got R to play your tunes, and you're going to zoom in on the left side, and away you go. The load times are also pretty decent, and I like these little... the UI, I think, does a really nice job. Like, all these different iconography, the badges, the way that the screens are all set up, the way that you pick the Pokemon, it just all feels very good. It feels very fitting, and it feels very like they spend a lot of effort. It's very curated, right? This is a experience that the genre, the look, the aesthetic, and the UI all come together harmoniously. And it's just so much fun. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. There's my freaking Flareon with the fancy shots. There's a little bit more gameplay that I'll let run at the end because I think it's a fun environment for you to see visually if you want. But for now, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I love you guys a lot. More new Pokemon Snap content coming your way soon. Let me know your take in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you had fun with me today. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Appreciate you. You're wonderful. And so is this game. So until next time, thanks again. SwitchForce out.